This is why STEM is such a dangerous field for many black men, and in particular, nerdy black men. All right, so I want to start this with a primer for what kind of classes, and this is for mechanical engineering, what kind of classes a young guy or a young lady would take if they go into an engineering field. So you take principle of design, calculus-based physics, chemistry, circuits and electronics, differential equations. We call it DiffEQs, or I call it whatever. Dynamics, electrical energy conversion, elements of mechanical design, graphic communication, mechanics of materials, principles of engineering, thermodynamics. So these are classes that you would probably take either in major, but most likely you'll be taking a lot of those to qualify for your major. And you probably have to have like a 3.0 or 2.5 or whatever that's good enough for you to prove that you belong into the engineering school. Now, in case you're not familiar with these, I just want to show, in case you've never seen a differential equations question, dy over dx plus 4y over x equals 6x minus 5, where x is greater than 0. Determine the solution of the above differential equation subject to the boundary condition is y equals 1 at x equals 1. Give the answer in the form y is a function of x. Now, if you've never seen a differential equation, this is what it looks like. You do a whole semester of this, and it's just only this. And to do this, you have to take you have to take 3 or 4 semesters of calculus to get to this part of it, right? So I will show you a different one, but this is actually dynamics. So 10 kilogram block, and I won't read all of it, is placed on a slope inclined at unknown angle, and the surface is not frictionless. Indicate forces, okay. Coefficient of static friction is the coefficient of kinetic friction. So you're seeing all these terms, and the reason I want to show you this is because guys in school that are going to school for STEM, and specifically engineering in this case, they're in the library doing this all the time. They're sitting in circles with other guys doing problems and checking each other's work. They're going to the help lab to get help for helping understand. They're calling the teacher's assistants to get aid on questions they can't understand. And they're doing this hours and hours and hours of this kind of work. And when they're not doing questions like these, they're in a lab somewhere doing lab work. They're running simulations of circuits, or they're doing chemistry lab, or they're doing a mechanical lab where they're building small mechanical objects, and they're testing them out and writing theses and hypotheses and testing them and writing conclusions and all of that. And they're doing this for hours and hours and days, and then you do that all the way through college. It's not, you don't go to a party school for STEM. I'll just put it that way. And so let's imagine that you do this kind of work all the way through school, and you're for the most part, you're separated from people, and you're certainly separated from women. And then one day you go to a club and someone looking like this walks up to you and says, "Oh, wow, you're awesome. You know what? Let's hang out. I want to be with you." Now, here's the thing. If you're not really good with ladies, you'll think, "Oh my gosh, I just hit the jackpot." But what you might not understand is that let's say you let it slip that, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, I'm in school for mechanical engineering." "Oh, I'm a second year worker at so and such company." Now, if you're not prepared to deal with people, which you're not if you're going into engineering, how are you going to be prepared to deal with a woman that looks like this, and she's very well acquainted with dealing with people? The thing with engineering or STEM, especially for nerdy guys, is that if it's a problem on a piece of paper, you give them the constants, you give them the information, they can handle that. But this is not a math problem. This is human relations. This is give and take. This is, how do you talk to a woman? What do you do? Like, how do I make it work? You guys aren't ready for that. I can attest to it. People that are in STEM are not ready for this part of it. And so if you get accosted or approached by someone that looks like this, you're defenseless. So why do I say that STEM is is dangerous is because young, nerdy, smart dudes become targets. They're financial targets. You're not ready for what's going to come at you. You're not ready for a woman that looks like this saying, oh, I want to be with you. And for a month or two, you have the best relations you've ever had in your life with a woman that's incredibly sexy. And then one day you wake up and pregnancy. Or you wake up and say, I want to make this more serious. Let's get married. And I brought that up, and I'm not saying that this is the case all the time. What I'm saying is that this is a very real issue for young, especially young black dudes going into STEM, going into coding, and you are locked in a room with you at a desk and a computer and a keyboard for hours and hours and hours. And someone like this walks up to you and starts throwing some game about how you're the best guy that they've ever met, and you might just eat it all up. And so why do I bring this one up in particular? Because this is how she acted when she found out that she was only going to get $4,000 a month for child support. $4,000 a month for child support, and her life is turned upside down, right? And here she is basically just frustrated over the fact that she didn't break the bank because she was expecting to break the bank when they separated. And look, I don't have to tell you the divorce numbers. I don't have to tell you. We know the dating market. Nobody is looking for a safe, stable, boring dude that wakes up, goes to work, wears glasses, and reads anime. That's not sexy in the black community. It never was, and it never will be. And so if you're a young dude and you're into, I don't know, Marvel and you're a coder or you do engineering, and you wake up and you have a woman that's looking like this saying, hey, I want to be with you, you're defenseless against that. And that's one reason I think STEM is so dangerous. I'm not saying guys shouldn't go into STEM. I'm saying that guys need to be aware of the kind of things that are going to come at them. Because if someone like this comes at you, the first time she comes at you, she's going to be looking like this. And she's going to tell you everything you want to hear. If someone gets upset at me for this, I really don't care. You as a young guy who spends your time reading comic books and you're doing that for fun, or you're playing video games for fun, and then you go right back to the lab, right back to the library, in the books. There is no support system that's preparing you for this. And so if you're in a field where you're not interacting with people, you become a target. And so I just want to say with this video, I want to say for guys, if you're one of these guys out here and you are not one of the guys that, the girls are going for instantly up front, you definitely need to be careful. With that, guys, I want to say thank you for watching this video. Here, this is a video that I'm going to recommend for guys that explains the why we SYSBM. And please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.